Good afternoon, students. Welcome you to 10th standard English class. So far we have completed 6 units: prose, poetry and supplementary lessons. In today's video we are going to see unit 7 poem. The title of the poem is The House on Elm Street, written by Nadia Bush. First we will see the substance of the poem or gist of the poem. The House on Elm Street is a dark poem written by Nadia Bush. In this poem, the poet Nadia Bush tries to focus on dark elements like lonely house, barren tree, lights flickering on and off, mysterious place, etc. to create unsavory feelings in the minds of the readers. The poem starts with an ominous feeling. It sat alone. The poet talks about the house on Elm Street. This undertone about the house emphasizes on some mysterious aspects of the house. Elm Street is a real place in Los Angeles, US. The poet uses the real places to instill fear and curiosity in the readers. She reflects how the house tempted her to investigate and find what happened earlier in the house. First stanza. It sat alone. What happened there is still today unknown. It is a very mysterious place, and inside you can tell it has a ton of space, but at the same time it is bare to the bone. Now we'll see the explanation for the first stanza. So here the poet tells us about the house in Elm Street. It stands all alone. It is not known what is really happening in the house. It is yet to be known. The house is mysterious. There are lot of space in the house. Emptiness is found everywhere in the house, and nobody knows why the house was left vacant by its owner. From the outside itself, anyone can see how big and spacious the rooms are inside the house. No one has taken interest to avail the house or renovate the house. So here it stands alone. Here it refers to the mysterious house. So here nobody knows what is happening inside, but everything looks very mysterious. Mysterious means something that is difficult to understand or explain. So that is the meaning of mysterious. So everybody wants to know what is happening inside the house, but nobody is bold enough to go inside, and the space is as a ton of space. It refers to the very big house. They are having a very large space inside the house. Now we'll go for the poetic devices used by the poet in this poem. First we'll go for rhyming words. Suppose see the example. Alone. So the last word bone. So alone and bone are rhyming words. And this place and space, next set of rhyming words. Now if we go for the rhyming scheme, that is alone, A. Then unknown, that one also A. Next one place, that is a different sound, B. Next one space, so place, space, that is B. Last one is bone, so it comes under A. So A, B, B, A. So the rhyming scheme is A, B, B, A. Now we'll go for the alliterated words. If we take the fifth line, that is, but at the same time it is bare to the bone. So you can find the alliterated words bare, bone. When you write, you have to underline the letter B, bare, B, then bone, again B. So we have to underline the particular letter of that words. Now we will go for the second stanza. At night the house seems to be alive. Lights flicker on and off. I am often tempted to go to the house to just take a look and see what it is really about. But fear takes over me. Now we'll see the explanation for this stanza. The house seems lively with the lights flickering. The lights are on and off at night. The poet is tempted often to go into the house to have a look. Though she wants to know about it, fear forbids her from doing it. No one knows what is in the house. It always worries us. The house is a mystery. The house, though, looks aloof and uninhabited during the daytime, seems to be alive with lights flickering on and off during night time. She is often tempted, here she refers to the poet. She is often tempted to go to the house to take a look and see what is really there, but always fear forbids her to take a step forward. So here in this stanza, the poet tells that she wants to see what is happening, but at the same time she is afraid to make even a single step into that house. So here in the third line, I am often tempted. Here I refers to the poet Nadia Bush. So we'll go for the next stanza. Third stanza. I drive past the house almost every day. The house seems to be a bit brighter. On this warm summer day in May, it plays with your mind. To me, I say, it is one of a kind. Now, we'll see the explanation here. The poet drives past the house every day. In May, during the warm summer months, the house seems to be bright. This picture plays in the poet's mind. For the poet, it is one of a kind that stays with a lot of impression. So here the poet says that here I drives past. Here I refers to the poet. So she is telling that is the summer month is referred here. That is the month of May is referred here. So during the month of May, the house seems to be brighter, but even then she is having some sort of bad impression that she is not willing to go inside the house. Now we'll go for the poetic devices. First we'll see for the rhyming words. See here, day, May. So these two words are the rhyming words. Next one, mind, kind. So these two are the rhyming words. Now we'll see for the rhyming scheme now. So day, A. Then brighter, B. Again May. That is A. Then mind, kind, C, C. So the rhyming scheme is A, B, A, C, C. Next we'll go for the alliterated words. So if you take the second line, the house seems to be a bit brighter. So here alliterated words are bit, brighter. So you have to underline the letter B. Bit, B. Brighter, B. So we'll go for the next stanza. Now we'll see the fourth stanza. Beside the house sits a tree. It never grows leaves, not in the winter, spring, summer or fall. It just sits there, never getting small or even growing tall. How could this be? So here the poet tells that is in all horror movies, mystery and supernatural elements are introduced through the background scene of an isolated house or manor with a barren tree with a full moon night in the sky. Here in this poem, The House on Elm Street, the poet Nadia Bush also uses the same strategy to nurture fear and mystery in the minds of the readers. This poem is a dark element oriented poem to catch and hold the interest of the readers. The line, besides the house sits a tree, it brings the ominous picture of a horror movie. So here the poet tells what explanation is given here. Sometimes beckon the poet to focus her attention on the house. Another aspect of the house is the tree where leaves never grow in any season, unlike other trees. While other trees shed leaves during fall, that is autumn season, and grow new leaves in spring. This tree remains barren as if it is burned down by lightning, that is struck by the lightning during the thunderstorm. The tree remains the same in all season, never getting small or even growing tall. This is a thought-provoking aspect that begins to uncertainty in the minds of the readers along with the poet. And here the poet tells that is no leaves are found in any season in the tree. Not a single leaf is found. So the tree just sits there, never getting small or big. The poet feels it is a mysterious one. So here we have seen the explanation. Now we'll see the poetic devices used here. First we'll see the rhyming words. If we take the first line tree, then last one B, that is A. Next one leaves, that is B. Next one fall, tall, C. So the rhyming scheme is A B C A. So here we'll see what are the seasons mentioned here: winter, spring, summer and autumn season. So in all the 4 seasons the tree remains the same without any change. So here we'll see what are the poetic devices used by the poet. See the 4th line, it just sits there. So actually the poetic device or the figure of speech used by the poet is personification. Personification means giving a human characters to a non-living thing or the below to category of the human beings other than human beings. So here it just sits. Here sits refers to the tree, as though the tree is sitting there. So here personification is used. And in the same line the remaining part, that is getting small or ever growing tall, that is paradox. Here paradox, the poet has used the figure of speech as paradox. We'll see what is a paradox now. A figure of speech in which a statement appears to contradict itself. Contradict means opposite. For example, to bring peace we must war. That is, next one is peace, war, contradict, opposite words. Be cruel, to be kind. So here cruel and kind are opposite words. Likewise, the poetry line mentioned here, at night the house seems to be alive. So here during the night time the house seems to be alive. So this is a paradox used here. Next one will go for the last stanza. One more figure of speech is used by the poet, that is the last line. How could this be? That is, it refers to the rhetorical questions. That is, it is also a figure of speech in the form of a question that is asked to make a point rather than to elicit an answer. For example, and what is so rare as a day in June? So here it is a figure of speech used by the poet, that is for the line, how could this be? So here in this stanza the poet has used 3 figure of speeches. First one, it just sits there, that is a personification. Then getting small or ever growing tall, that is a paradox. And one more figure of speech used by the poet is rhetorical questions, that is how could this be? Last stanza. Rumors are constantly being made and each day the house just begins to fade. What happened inside that house? I really don't know. I guess it will always be a mystery. So here first we'll see the meaning for rumor. Rumor means a piece of information spread among a number of people which is unconfirmed and may be false. So here lot of rumors are spreading about this house in that street, that is the Elm Street. Now we'll see the explanation now. There are lot of rumors about the house. The house loses its brightness as each day passes. The house begins to fade and looks dull. The poet wonders what happened inside the house. She does not know. She guesses it will always be a mystery. So here the house begins to fade, yet the poet is unsure about it and ever felt it is a mystery. The poet ends the poem with an open-ended way for the readers to derive their own reason. Now we'll see the poetic devices used here. First we'll go for rhyming words, that is made, fade, that is last 2 words, that is a rhyming word. Then house, that one is B. Next no, C. Last one mystery, D. So here the rhyming scheme is A, B, C, D. So in a nutshell we can see what is the things told about this house in this poem. That is, in nutshell, the mystery depicted in the poem. The house, so for all the 5 stanzas I just tell it in a nutshell. The house stands all alone. No one knows what happens inside the house. The house is spacious but empty. Lights go on and off during the night. The poet is afraid to go and see. There is a barren tree that remains the same throughout the year. There are a lot of continuous rumors. Each day the house becomes dim. It remains a mystery because no one knows what remains in the house. Even the barren tree remains the same, neither growing nor shrinking. So this is just the poem in a nutshell. Students, hope you have understood the poem. Once again you go through the poem which is already given in the PDF. Thank you students. May God bless you.